Creating floor plans. To create a floor plan is something that actually starts with establishing grid lines, which is what we are going to do. To create a grid line, ensure you're on the grid layer and then pick the infinite line, which is construction line. Just click on it, specify a start point by clicking, move your cursor downward and click. Then move your cursor in the horizontal axis and click, and then press the escape key. That established the horizontal and vertical grid lines, which serves as your origin. So the next thing is to offset your grid lines based on the size of the building. So pick an offset tool by clicking and enter the distance, which is 9 meters for our exercise. 9 meters, which is 9,000 millimeters, and then click on the target object and then click in the direction you want the target object to offset. So that now offsets the object, so because the downward offset is not 9 meters, we have to escape from the command of offset. So press the escape key to escape that, pick the offset again and enter 3 meters and press the enter key. So select the target object, move your cursor downwards towards the direction you want the line to travel and click, and then that offsets this 3 meters. Press the offset key again, or rather the partitions are 3 meters, so there's no point of cancelling it. I will just continue to offset these partitions right here. I need just 3 partitions because this apartment is just 3 offices with toilet and bath, which we are going to split this center portion here to achieve that. So by the time I have the basic construction lines, I will press the escape key. Because I don't want to work with infinite lines, I will have to trim them off. So how do I trim those lines off? It's something that has to do with rectangular tool. So mouse over to your rectangular tool here, click, and then locate a portion. Just give a small margin off the main grid lines, just like so, and click, and then go to the opposite corner like this and give a similar margin to that, and also click. So you will have this kind of a thing. Whatever size, whatever kind of building, just use the same technique and it will work for you. Just give a little allowances here. So the infinite lines are something that we are going to trim out, the ones out there. So we are now going to use the trim tool by clicking on the trim tool and then pressing the enter key to activate it, and then we'll begin to click on those infinite lines, the excess. Just click them. You can, mind you can click and then move your cursor that way to select those lines on that axis to trim all of them. So it's something that I call group trim. So I can group and trim. Once you click and then move your cursor to the other side and click, then those lines that are highlighted will be trimmed off. So to escape from this, usually is escape, as I earlier told you. Now this rectangular box we created was just a guide, so we don't really need it. So we will select it and press the delete key on our keyboard. So we have our construction lines neatly arranged here. So now we can start partitioning the inside. So to partition the inside, the same technique of clicking on the offset and then entering the value, which is 1200 in this case, and picking it from the top here to inside, and now have the corridor portion. So press the escape key to exit from the command, and then I will also click back to the offset and then give it 1500 and press the enter key, because that's the size of the toilet. So I'm going to partition this to this. So I'll have the toilet here for this office, the toilet here for this office. So I'll press the escape key and I have that established. So basically, looking at my sketch, this is what I have come up with, and precisely the grid lines are established for me. So this is how you can set up your grid lines, and these grid lines are the lines that will be used to dimension the building. So just after your grid lines, the next thing is to establish the walls. How do you run your walls? To create walls, just mouse over and change to the wall layer. So this allows you to run your walls. So now start by typing in ML in your command prompt, ML, and press the enter key. So because you have set up your wall styles, you will just start right away by clicking at the point, at the intersected point where you know pretty well that the walls are running, and then you continue to go like this. Continue to go like this. The wall is going this way. Come down here. Go this way. Come down here. So on by the time you get back to where you start, that's the origin point, you have to use the command called close by typing in C on the keyboard and pressing the enter, so that it will close up this portion. So what you have done here, you have just achieved the external wall for the plan. So let's see how we can establish these partitions as well. So you don't need to go type the command again. You can right click and choose, because it's the most recent command, so it will be here for a repeat. But you can also go to recent inputs and have all of the recent commands, which is also among here as the first option. So let's pick this repeat option here and click at this point, and also click the next point, and pressing the enter key will also connect that and terminate it. You can continue to repeat the walls like so. So this is how you can create your walls in AutoCAD. So right here, because this is a step, we will just pick a line tool and just establish one line here straight to connect to this, and press the enter key. This is going to serve as the corridor area, and it will definitely be hatched. So just after creating the wall, you will need to edit the wall, because this is a continuous wall, so there should be no intersection between it. Just like what you have here, there should be a run through, there should be no intersection here blocking this runway. So now to achieve that, you will have to call a command called multi-line edit. If you are using same AutoCAD classic interface like me, then mouse over to modify and come down to object, where you will find multi-line edit. Just click on it, and then the dialog box pops up. You have the options here. So let's close this, and let me give you the command. If you are using the ribbon style AutoCAD user interface, you can call this through the command prompt by just typing line edit and press the enter key, and you will still find the same option. So once this option comes up, what you're looking for, it should be open T. This option is the best, open T, because it's going to open the T's for you. See what has happened here is opening the T. You have T intersection here, so you click the first option and then you click the next one, and then it opens it up. So this is very handy and powerful tool. So let's select the entire block unit now and explode it. Mind you, you're selecting this way, not from the top left. Your selection is from the top left and not from the bottom to the right, which you will notice the dotted line around the selection. This will select and delete something, so this is not the right option to select such object. This will select plus the grid lines. Whatever that dotted line touches, it will be selected, and we don't want it, so we want just the wall lines to be selected. So escape this and pick from the top left corner to the bottom right corner. this now select just the wall lines. So with this option you can explode, click by explode, and then now you have them as single element. So now you can use your trim tool to eliminate this by clicking the trim tool, pressing the enter to activate it, and then trimming it like so. So that's how you make use of multi-line wall edit. And precisely this is how you can create a wall.